The hotspot, everybody, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on KUAM TV. We're here in Harmon, and we're going to go into the KUAM News Zoom room and check out our friends at the Department of Administration all the way over into Mooning, who are spending a significant part, Bree, of not only of Holy Week, but a lot of time leading up to this, administering new programs that you need to know about. We have Audrey Topasna and Bernie Gines. Hafa ladies, and good to see you as always.
Hi, Hafa and good morning.
So today we're talking about Cycle 2 of the HALF program, as well as the Low-Income Household Water Assistance Program. Let's start with Cycle 2 of HALF.
Audrey?
Okay.
The Housing Assistance program. And so if people applied for HALF 1 and were approved, they can't apply for HALF 2.
Sabrina, so those who, it's kind of a yes and no. It really depends. So homeowners who applied for Cycle 1 and they've exhausted their, or they used up their $15,000 of relief funding, because that is the cap per household, then they will be ineligible to apply for Cycle 2. The entire grant is, the grant period is from when we started in January 31st up until September 30, 2025. So really it's that whole entire grant period. Households are only allowed to receive up to $15,000 per household. So that's where that comes in. Now, if they applied in Cycle 1 and they received, let's say, $7,000, and then they were okay, you know, they were able to get back on their feet, and they were able, homeowners were able to, for example, their mortgage loan is current, and then let's say in May, they started to fall behind, maybe they were laid off again, then they can apply. If that's the situation, then they can apply for Cycle 2.
How many residents applied for HALF 1 and were provided assistance?
So we received a total of 978 pre-applications for Cycle 1. Of that, that number, let me see, we did have 99 duplicates, so and then 96 were ineligible. So the number that we're going to be looking at comes up to 783 applications. So as of last week, of those 783, we were able, 310 had received relief assistance, and that's up to batch 6, and that totals up to 1.2 million. We have started on batch 7 payments, and we are looking at, and this is still Cycle 1. We're just trying to finish up those who completed their documentation. We're looking at another 70, about 70 more homeowners to receive relief assistance in Cycle 1. So we're thinking, you know, it looks like we will surpass the 1.5 million by the end of this week.
And Bernie, if I may, because we were mentioning this earlier this morning, Sabrina and I were on our morning show on The Link. There were previous programs that your agency was administering, you know, the Emergency Rental Assistance Initiative that comes to mind, but these programs are completely new, so eligibility and applications, a lot of residents will have to do this because these are new programs. They'll have to reapply. Is that correct?
Correct. So again, for example, the Homeowners Assistance Fund, again, for this particular program, as Audrey was mentioning, it is the second cycle. But so these would be new app. And in addition to that, we are also, she's going to talk about the low-income water household assistance program as well, and actually the low-income household water assistance program, the LIWA. So that too is something that we are actually starts today. And Audrey can go ahead and kind of give some information on that little tidbit of that particular program.
So moving in to the LIWAP program, Yes, this is a new federal program. Department of Administration was awarded federal grant funds by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to implement the LIWAP. Funding does come, it's a combination of funding from the ARP and CARES Act. And so it is targeted to low-income households to help pay the cost of water and wastewater services. The program will assist these eligible households who have past due and to also include some of their current balances of water. Payments due are going to be made directly to Guam Water Works Authority. The grant does provide eligible households a one-time benefit payment of up to $1,000. So if you have a household that's eligible and maybe their past due water bill is $800 and then their current bill for that month is $70. So $870 will be covered by the grant. But then as I mentioned, it is just a one-time benefit and it only goes up to $1,000. So it's when they apply, it's just that one payment, whether they use the full 1,000 or not, then it's whatever their bill is, as long at that time of payment, but as long as it doesn't exceed the $1,000. Now, there are several relief programs for water that households can receive, and that's, for example, the HAC program. Also, the Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides water assistance. So with the LIWAP, you know, they can be eligible for both programs, for the ERA and the LIWAP, but as long as the benefit that the household is going to receive for the LIWAP, as long as it's not covered by the program, it can be an additional assistance. So if they exhaust their, for example, if they exhaust their financial assistance with maybe the HAF program, then they can apply for the, they can receive water assistance with LIWAP. Or they can actually use their $15,000 with the HAF for mortgage and power and property tax, and then they can get their water assistance through the LIWAP. You know, our program, I mean, our office will work closely with these homeowners. And of course, Vicky's program with the emergency rental will work closely with the renters and to make sure that they're able to, if they do qualify for both programs, that they're able to receive the maximum benefit. Because, you know, our goal is to provide these funds out to eligible homeowners to use up the grant funds, because, you know, of course, we don't want to send any funds back. We want it out in the community where these households very much need this type of relief assistance.
For the LIWAP, it goes directly to, the payments go directly to GWA, right?
Correct.
Right. And also, is it the LIWAP where you have to submit the application in person to DOA? It's not something you can do online?
Yes, that's correct. The application PDF fillable is available to download, and then they can, the applicant can print out the application, or they can come straight to our office and fill it out here at our office and submit at the same time.
Why is for HAF, can you apply online, or do you also have to drop the application off in person?
For our cycle 2, we it's the same process as LIWAP, that it is available for download, and then they would have to submit it online. In person at our office. We do have a Dropbox, and then if they need assistance, then we do have staff prepared to assist the homeowners.
Well, ladies, I do want to commend you and your agency, because I know throughout, you know, the totality of the pandemic, one thing that undeniably you have been very successful at is getting the payments, you know, to people who do qualify, and if their applications are in order and everything, you guys are actually able to turn it around real fast, and it seems like it's the same applies for these programs as well.
There's also a deadline coming up, right? This Friday?
I mean, there is another program that we are handling that actually ends this Friday. It's the program in Salafi. So we just wanted to make sure that for those individuals who have yet to apply. The program is to provide, for those who are qualified, $300 financial assistance to the individuals who qualify. They can certainly apply via online at our website, which is doa.guam.gov. So far, we've received quite a handful of applications for over the 19,000 mark of applicants that have submitted their applications to us. We've already expended and paid out over $1 million. So over 3,350 applications have already been processed and paid out. So again, we are just, if you haven't applied, this Friday would be the last day. But we're also asking for those, and we see quite a handful of applications that were submitted online who have yet to submit their documents, their supporting documents to us. So again, we're asking for those who have yet to submit their documents, please do so throughout this week, so that we can get those applications reviewed and processed for eligibility.
All right, thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Audrey, for coming on the hotspot. And good luck.
Thanks a lot,
You guys
guys.
are working really hard.
Yep. I remember everybody, please check out, we had the URL up on your screen, doa.guam.gov. If you have any questions, they do have a FAQ, the frequently asked questions section, very, very chock full of basically any kind of question you might have if you do qualify for those. And please, if you know someone that could benefit from these, please share that with them.
Again, doa.guam.gov. The applications are there, and then you have to submit them in person to their office in the ITC building. Stay tuned. The hotspot continues after the break.